It is observed that during personal conflicts, right, women are pressured to quit their jobs. How can women navigate these situations? If that's becoming a problem for you, you just quit your job. It doesn't matter. Is a common statement, and I can share a few experiences of what has happened. But then I want your opinion first.
Okay, so as Asha mentioned in the previous conversation, it's about investing in people and explaining. So there are a lot of pressures which women go through because that is their choice of getting married or having their kid or taking care of parents. Equally, even a man goes through various other things, right? So but from generation it has been designed in such a way that man works, women takes care of house. So now things are changing. So during this process, yes, as you said, there are many conversations comes in. If you're not able to handle the pressure at home and work both, why can't you quit? We are earning sufficient, or there are sufficient things to take care economically. Why is that you have to work? So during that process, if a woman is really passionate, he or she has to sit and explain or invest in people and tell that this is something which I love to do, and this is not for the income or the economic thing. It is about my own interest. So everyone have their interest, everyone have their passion, as simple as that. That might be a man or a woman or even for the kid, that matter. So the moment you are able to communicate properly to the people at home, the problem is resolved. So many of the times what happens when we are in the other side of the table in the company aspect and we get to hear this, have a pressure from family to quit the job. So if you're able to communicate, if you're really interested, are you really passionate, there are various other ways to work out. Fine, you cannot commute to the office every day, you have an option of working from home. Thanks to COVID, for that matter, that opportunity has been in a larger extent now working, I mean, in various other companies also, to work from home. They have made it a very normal thing. So you had that option of working from home if the commuting is a challenge, or if a work timing is a challenge, that can also be worked around. They have flexible work timings. But how efficient you're able to communicate at your place to convince people, and how efficient and transparent you are to your employee and employer, that matters a lot. So that way the problem is to some extent definitely resolved. There are very rare extreme cases, I totally understand that, but to a larger extent this can be resolved over a communication.
Got it. Not that it has happened. So in my organization, whenever my emerging women leaders or women leaders who are already handling a significant portfolio, whenever they have a conflict with their husband, like, it's okay, you quit a job, then that shouldn't be a problem. Then it's not that they've come and told me, and then they have a conversation, and then they in front of me they are like, if we tell this, he'll say, okay, quit your job and come. And I'm like, oh, this is the conversation that is happening at home, karke. That's when I realized that this is the conversation that is happening at home. And for this, is it primarily, do you think, the salary figure of the women versus the salary figure of the man is the reason why this conversation is happening, or is it more like, just because she's a woman?
I don't say salary figure because most of the times it is equivalent at this point of time. If you really look at a larger portfolio, men and women are equally earning, I can say, or maybe a certain perks here and there. But it is more to do with that. Sorry if I'm using this word, it's a man ego at certain point of time. But otherwise, if you're able to have a right partner, it's nothing to do with this, because it's a momentary thing. Everyone goes through that momentary ups and downs. That's graph. Life is never a straight line, so that's a graph, right? So you have conflict with your parents. If there is a problem, kids come home and say there is a problem, the first thing parents say, okay, fine, quit that. They'll never force the kid to do that, right? So it's about how passionate you are to do that, and how much you are able to sail through the ups and down, and for every problem there is a solution. That's how I see it. So major problem what in a marriage they face it is a time. So you're not able to give time, and various other aspects. So major thing what I see it is time. Even I find this challenge at my colleagues also. So if you're able to navigate through that, then I don't think this will be a conversation to quit. So I mean, I hardly recall where a woman says to a guy, okay, fine, your boss is shouting at you, why don't you quit? So that's not the case, right? So hardly you come across this conversation, but it's the other way around for sure. So then that can be resolved communicating well, sitting and calming down the situation, communicating well.
Got it.